Hello and welcome back to this channel. First of all, I'm very much thankful to the response on the previous video. So I just kind of wanted to continue on that subject. I just wanted to dive into such videos and topics more. So this is just another such video. So make sure to just check it out. Stay tuned. And the topic of this video is what is enlightenment? And like what literally just that state of enlightenment is. So by definition, enlightenment is literally just to know something, to know it better, and to kind of know the whole thing, what it actually means. And that is what basically enlightenment means. So let's use it in a sentence about enlightenment. So let's say I was enlightened about a problem. That means you kind of got to know it, you kind of also solved it, you kind of wrapped your head around it. That is basically what enlightenment means. But the enlightenment that we are going to talk about is not to go above something, but it is to basically drown in something. It is to basically just submit yourself into what the never ending ocean is, and that is a feeling, or that is a kind of a state that enlightenment is. So without discussing anything else, like what the Buddhists say, what the Hindus say, what the Jains say, what any other philosophies or religions might say, let's see at enlightenment through simply as it is and not through any of these lenses, because people have their way, people have their philosophies. In fact, many of these are true, many of these are different ways to enlightenment, and they have been proven by many sannyasis, sadhus, monks, whoever it may be. And I absolutely love these different techniques and ways that they put forward to this whole banquet of opinions and philosophies, and it is just amazing and such a feast to just have a look at them, grab them when you find something interesting. So it is just out there, it's for everybody, everyone can take a look at it. Anyways, so what enlightenment basically is this never ending feeling of you are above something. Now, surely this sounds very kind of egoistic. One can say that how can you be above something? It is not possible. Of course it is not possible. One cannot be above everything. But enlightenment is a state where you become everything. You become what is the known and the unknown. You become what there is and there is not. You become whatever there is supposed to be and whatever there was not. So, to simplify this, let's talk about another feeling that is kind of very similar to enlightenment, and that is love. So, first of all, I believe each and every human being on this planet, on this earth, knows what love is, because at a moment, or like at a time, everyone has been in love. No one can deny it. And if not, people will experience it in future. It's, literally, love is the thing that makes us human. And so it is literally the closest thing one can get to define in words what enlightenment is. Because now understand, we cannot even define the love in words. So imagine how hard or difficult it might be to define what enlightenment is in words. So anyways, what love is basically this feeling, or this kind of inner thing about yearning, about wanting something or someone, or about just this never ending thing that just sort of happens. You cannot control it, because it is love, it just overflows. You can just give and give and give. And that is the whole point of love. You cannot like be, I just love this for this reason. Sure, people are like that. People do just love some things or someone because of a particular quality, or just because of something for a reason. Well, of course, some people are like that, and that is normal. It happens in every day, like in every day, everyone's life. It is what people are. Someone might love one for just something. Someone might love someone for just another thing. That is the whole basis. However, the love that is infinite and indefinite, that cannot be contained just for one person but the entire world. Especially as Krishna says that my love is not just for Radha. My love is for everyone. And that is what love actually is. It is not just for one person. One has to love the entire world in order to even love someone. I mean, of course, one can love someone, no doubt in that. But then that is a very conditioned love. That is not unconditional love. Even when one says, I love you unconditionally, that is not unconditional love. That is very conditional love. Because the moment that person might betray you, the moment that person might say something against you, that will turn into hatred. Because you love them momentarily. You don't love them for an infinite time. That is difficult, at least to say. So, when you kind of see this, or when you kind of let go of things about this hate and this whatever love, or you don't basically distinguish between them as much, you just like, yeah, that is a human being and that is as they will be. And that is when this unconditional love takes place and is born. Now, of course, this varies in everybody's lives, but to take a very average kind of mean argument, we can just say that unconditional love is when you neither love neither hate. You just see them as they are, and that is unconditional love. And that is what Jesus talks about, that love thy neighbor, love your enemy, love your opponent, whoever it may be. It is just to love, doesn't matter who it is. And that is what, of course, not just Jesus, but many have said. Anyone across any religion, anyone you can pick up, everyone has said that. Because that true constituent of love, that cannot be kind of just a part. You cannot just have it in a part. It just has to be the whole thing, or else then it doesn't even have a point. And that is the thing of unconditional love. And that unconditional love brings one towards enlightenment, or kind of puts someone in enlightenment. And the reason the video is about enlightenment and we are talking so much about love is because literally the words cannot define enlightenment. That is impossible. One can literally just say the things that enlightenment is not, and what leads one to enlightenment. And that is the ways all these religions and amazing people have put on through all these years, and they have given us all these texts and rules and whatever it may be. Those are perfectly amazing and fine, and that is what, of course, leads to an enlightenment. However, one cannot even truly define what enlightenment is, because it is just this unconditional sea. This is just this ocean of vastness that one cannot contain. Because you cannot contain what you are. When you become the ocean, how will you contain yourself? You are free to flow. You will flow where the wind takes you. You will flow where the gravitational pull is more. And that is what love is. That doesn't mean that where the gravitational pull is low, the ocean doesn't exist. The ocean exists there too. The ocean is everywhere. So that is what enlightenment is basically. And to kind of also tell about what enlightenment is more, you can again just go back to love. Because when one unconditionally loves anyone, even the ant on a wall, or even a stray dog on the street, it doesn't matter. I mean, sure, or even a rat going down the street, you might not like the rat. The rat might be very repulsive, might not personally like it. It might not be kind of in your state to like be fine with a rat passing by. Of course, it is a matter of cleanliness. It is not good. However, that doesn't mean you go out and kill it. That doesn't mean that you simply just go after its life and say, you will not enter here, I will have to kill you because I find you repulsive. That is madness. That is lunacy. And when one understands that even when someone is repulsed by something, but still allows it, not allows it, allows it away. Allowing is a very heavy word to use, but understands that every creature has its right to exist and one isn't against anyone's life. That is unconditional love. not towards just humans but other creatures as well. But whereas in today's day, this argument often implies to many humans as well, because a human who is literally enraged by someone else's being is not different than a beast. So that is what unconditional love is, and that is what basically enlightenment is, to put simply in words. Now, the reason this is kind of the best and the closest option to choose to explain enlightenment is because it is literally the only feeling that the entire world or the entire people or population can understand is love, because one has loved anyone, like even a singular person or even a pet animal or anyone in their life, and that love makes you understand what kind of makes you feel what enlightenment is. And those will literally be the words of anyone you can ask, anyone ever, across time, even till the ends of time, whoever may come and whoever have come. Love is basically enlightenment. And when you can love unconditionally, again, the reason unconditional love, the unconditional part is very important is because there is nothing attached in the unconditional love. There are no wants, there are no needs. That love just is, it just exists in the very form of this universe, in the very form of this entire being. And that love, that unconditional love, that is enlightenment. And that fills every moment with bliss. Every second becomes amazing. Every second, every breath, every sleep, every food eaten, every bite, anything, just watching the rain, simply everything becomes love, and that is enlightenment. And that is just basically this video about what enlightenment is, and enlightenment is love. That's it for this one, and thank you for showing that support and love. That's it. I'll see you in the next.